Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I was just thinking, I see different cultures, and it's not like I'm on a cruise and I go look at that culture. No, I get involved in different cultures. I live in different cultures. I'm half Chinese. My family's Chinese, so I live a Chinese culture. I'm American. I live in American culture. And one thing that I've noticed, Americans are the most generous people in the world that I've found. Oklahoma people are even nicer. but anyway, the reason I'm talking about this is you can see we've got corn over here. We're growing corn. We got other crops that we grow. The hotel is on a large chunk of ground, flat ground in the mountains. It's pretty good. And the thing that amazes me is how the rich, I say 10% is rich, 90% are poor. Not all the people are generous. I'm talking about the poor and the rich. I'm talking about everybody in general down here. In general, they're not a generous type of culture. I think it's because everybody's had to fight so hard to get what they wanted. And a lot of times all they want is just to survive. But I'm making this video for Americans. You have to know and understand it's already ingrained in us, the U.S., the American people, to be generous and to help others. Now, where I draw the line is giving. Yes, when I had a lot of money, a lot of income coming in, I was more generous with the money. I gave to the organizations that I thought would be good organizations. But since I've grown older and wiser, I give opportunities. And that's where I've learned how people don't really know how to accept and how to prosper with opportunities. They want to take advantage. So that's why I give in the way of opportunities differently than most. Now you see this, I don't know how much you can see of this, but we don't have anything growing in this section right here. I made a video talking about gardening. A gardening three-man militia. Gardening I love because it is a giving. That is true giving. That's give somebody something to eat. You fed them one meal, you teach them to fish, they can feed themselves forever. That's what gardening is. And I suggest that if you're not doing nothing in the way of three-man militia, you can't get things going, or you want to expand on it even more, I would suggest gardening, producing, sharecropping. There's people in the United States that have flat ground. And you need to work out a deal with them, even though it might be just like this. This is just a few feet. This is just a few feet of ground. But this few feet of ground can produce a lot. And if you know what you're doing, you can really produce a lot. That's why I mentioned the raised garden. In that small plot of garden area, in the raised garden, you can produce a lot of food. And what you need to do is find somebody that's got some space that will allow you to start a garden. Or if you have space, see if there's people that want to do some sharecropping. They want to do something with that space, garden it, and get a part of their production. That's an opportunity. That's a relationship you're building. Now, this might be in town. It might be out in the country. You know me, I've been talking about the country, folk. It's best if you can get a place out in the country and do something with it, work with the people. Because there's people out in the country that have ground that they can't do anything with, or they just don't do anything with. You can work out something with them. And if you're in the city, same thing. You can get tomato plants and get them growing. There's lots and lots of things. There's lots of opportunity out there to build relationships through sharing. And to prosper. I've prospered well through my life. There was times I prospered well with money. There's times I've prospered well with the skills that I've got, and skills that I've worked on, and skills that I started. Since I've been down here, I started with leather making and the tomahawk stuff, and the Hoi Chi really flourished once I came down here, because I found people that weren't worried if I had a certificate or not. They just had pain they wanted to get rid of. So, and all that helped me build confidence. Confidence that I could share with others. And sharing is the trick to any relationship. And having things to share. The more you have to share, the easier it is to build relationships. I'm trying to avoid the wind. I'm not sure if the wind is affecting the video, so that's why I'm staying in this area. But if you notice, I talk about the three-man militia. And the meet and greet team. I talked about The Walking Dead, how if they applied the three-man militia, they'd get along a whole lot better. If they use the three-man militia concept. Okay, now I say when the meet and greet, when you come in, I've already gone through all of it, but one of the things is we can give you first aid if you need it. Another thing, we can give you food. Maybe not a whole lot of food, but we can give you a good meal now. And everybody appreciates a good meal when they don't have them. So I know a lot of Americans are used to good meals, but that's not a universal thing. And the Chinese culture, the first thing when you come into a Chinese household, the first thing they're going to do is offer you food. Food is valuable. It's a way to start a relationship. Like I say, I've owned restaurants. Wow, there's a lot of relationships are built in restaurants. They come to my restaurant and they eat. They break bread with one another. They share ideas. They build relationships. So food is a good thing to share. But sharing is the key to any relationship. And I say, how can I travel and do the stuff I do? And I talk about, I don't base my life on money. Seldom do I use money. The only time I use money is when I'm on the road or if I go to the city. If I stay away from the city or stay off the road, my world's not based on money. I have skills. Well, I said before, my Hoi Chi, taking away pain, improving people's lives, their health, is a big plus. You have to have skills to offer others, to share with others. You will find that people that have skills are willing to share their skills with others. Building relationship. Sharing. Think, how can you share with others so we all benefit? This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.